Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Reactions. I'm back with another video. Today I am doing a little bit of a different video. I am going to be explaining in this video what football is basically. So y'all might be like, well, why are you making this video? Well, one of my longtime supporters for Reaction Therapy and for my channel requested me to do a video explaining how football works, how the NFL works, different things like that. So I'm excited to do this because I know some of y'all might be like, well, obviously that's how football works, but other people might not know what football even is. So in this video, I'm going to try to explain football and kind of the NFL, which is the National Football League, the best I can. So American football, not soccer. For Americans, football is American football, where you throw a ball, and then football in other countries means soccer or kicking a ball. Anyway, that's confusing, but I'm going to try to explain using this graphic. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to go to a little smaller here. This is the best one I could find that kind of explains both of the sides of the ball, I guess. I did not mean to do that. I moved my screen too much. I meant to do that. Okay, here we go. So this might look confusing. I understand. So first of all, let's go through this. So the red, so this is a football field. For y'all who don't know, this is what a football field looks like. The whole field is 100 yards, and then you have the end zone. So the blue thing that says Rookie Road here, and then the red thing that says Rookie Road here are the end zones. They are 10 yards long also, or 10 yards long, yeah. And then you have the whole field, which is 100 yards. So technically from one end zone to the other end zone, it's 120 yards. So pretty long football field. So 120 yards technically if you count from end zone to end zone, from the back of one end zone to the back of the other. That is basically what the football field is like. There are these two goalposts, and for whenever a team scores a touchdown, you maybe have heard that when a team scores a touchdown, which is throwing the ball to a person in the end zone. So if like one team throws football to a guy in the end zone, that's a touchdown. You get 6 points for scoring a touchdown, for catching or running the ball into the end zone. It's a touchdown, and then you kick a ball. There's a kicker on each team that kicks a ball, and if you make it through these goalposts, then it's another point. So that's 7 points. So I can go into more detail maybe in a different video if you want, but that's the basics of football for scoring. You can also kick a field goal, which means if your team got stopped and couldn't score, then you can kick a field goal that's worth 3 points if you make it through the goalpost. There are rules, and the basics of it is there are 4 downs on a possession. So one team starts out with the ball at the very beginning of the game, and you have 4 downs to convert to get a first down. So 4 chances basically. So let's say, I'm going to make this up. Let's say team 1 starts at the 20-yard line where my cursor is right here. If you can see that, where the RB is right here. Let's say your team starts at the 20-yard line. To get a first down, just think 1. To get a first down, you have to get 10 yards or to the 30-yard line. So from 20 to 30. So let's say they get to the 28-yard line and don't get it. And it takes them, let's say it takes them 3 downs to get to the 20-yard line. So it is 4th down. You did not make it to the 30-yard line. If it's 4th down, you can either do 3 things. You can go for it on 4th down, which is your final chance. You can either go for it to try to get the first down, Or you could punt it away, which there's a punter on each team. You can punt it away, give it back to the other team. And the goal of a punt is to take it from this side of the field and get it all the way to the other side of the field. Because if you think about it, the other team is going to get the ball and have to go the other direction from the way you went. So if you're going to the left here, the other team's going to have to go to the right to score. So you want the ball as far away from you as you can if you're giving it to the other team, right? Like you wouldn't want them to have it right here because then they could easily score. So you want it as far away from them as you can. So that's an option. Or you can kick a field goal. Now, it is impossible if you were at the 28-yard line here to kick a field goal and make it into this other goalpost. It's way too far. So usually kicks only happen on this side of the field. Like if you're starting over here and you get it to over here somewhere, let's say like the 30-yard line, then you could kick a field goal because kickers can make it from that distance. And field goals are 3 points. So I probably overcomplicated this already, but if you have any questions, just comment and I'll try to comment back to you and let you know so it makes more sense. That is the basics of how to play football. So there are 4 downs. If you go for it on all 4 downs and you don't get it on any one of those 4 downs, then you turn the ball over. The ball stays right where you last had it, and the other team takes over and can try to score. So if you go for it and you're back here and you're trying to go to the left, that's going to be tough because then the team gets the ball right here and they just need to go to the right. So the further over here you are and don't get it, the team can easily kind of go back and score. So that's there's strategy that comes into that, whether you punt it, whether you kick a field goal, or whether you go for it and try to pick up the first down. So let me go through the positions of football. Let me go through the offense first. I'm going to make a part 2 to this because I don't want this to be like 30 minutes long, but basics of the positions. So each team has 5 offensive linemen. The offensive linemen are people that try to protect the quarterback. So I probably should have explained the quarterback first. Quarterback is the most important position on any football team. They are the ones that controls the entire offense. They're the ones that can hand off the ball, can throw the ball, can run. They can do anything they want with the ball. They are the most important position by far. But you see all these blue circles over here. They all are trying to get the ball from this quarterback. So you understand why if there's a bunch of these blue circles running at this quarterback trying to tackle, trying to get the ball from him, you might want somebody to protect the quarterback to try to keep him from getting attacked, basically. So those are what these offensive linemen are. So you have left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Those are what those positions mean. All 5 of these guys are trying to protect the quarterback from these other blue guys over here. The center is the one who actually gets the ball to the quarterback. So the center, if you watch a football game, they're all bent over, and the center is going to throw the ball between his legs back to the quarterback. The quarterback can either be standing here, he can be right underneath the center to get the ball a little closer, different things like that. But what the job of these offensive linemen are to do is to protect the quarterback from these oncoming defenders that are trying to tackle the quarterback. Pretty simple. Quarterbacks, like I said, can do anything with the ball. Their job is to get the ball to the other players on the team. So these 2 RBs here are running backs. Running backs run the ball. So they get the ball from the quarterback, they run the ball. They can also catch the ball. So usually running backs are handed, like literally the quarterback will turn around and hand them the ball to run with. They can also catch the ball. So if the running back can run away from the quarterback and the quarterback can throw the ball to the running back if they want. Those are what the running backs do. You can have a ton of running backs at once on the field. Wide receivers, and by the way, on each side of the football, you have 11 players. So you have to have 5 offensive linemen, but and you have to have 1 quarterback. Other than that, the other, let me do math. The other 5 players can be any form of the RBs, the TE, or the WR. Any form of however many. You could have 5 running backs on the field if you wanted to. But they do have to be lined up a certain way, which is kind of more complex, but they do have to be lined up a certain way. The wide receivers, or the WR, are the receivers that are, you think of a receiver like in your house for your, a receiver would be something that catches something, catches a signal, catches something. Receivers are ones that run down the field and try to catch the ball from the quarterback. So that's what the wide receivers do. Tight ends can do 2 things. Actually 3 things technically, but typically 2 things. They can also be a wide receiver technically and run a route. A route is just like running down the field and trying to catch the ball. Or they could actually block. They could be kind of like a 6 offensive lineman, and they can block to try to protect the quarterback even more. And I'll explain why that would be in a second. So that's the basic of offense. Let me know also if you have any questions in the comments. I'll answer them. For defense, you have, it looks kind of complicated here. You have defensive linemen, so the opposite of offensive linemen. Defensive linemen are trying to get to the quarterback, to the running back, and to the backfield. The backfield is anything behind the offensive line. So like, see my cursor here? That's around the center. It is trying to get anywhere from here back here. They're trying to tackle the quarterback, tackle the running back, because they want the offense to not get the first down. They want them to have to punt the ball back to them. Anyway, so you have defensive linemen here. DE stands for defensive end. D tackle, or DT stands for defensive tackle. NT stands for nose tackle. Basically, that's the same thing. A nose tackle would be somebody that's up against the center. But depending on what formation, which I'm not going to get into formations, but getting into formations, you can have you don't have to have a nose tackle. You can have more than one line. Really, the linebackers are what changes. A lot of it will be, you'll usually have a defensive end and a defensive tackle, but those can change. But D tackles are mostly going to be, and like I said, the offensive linemen are trying to protect their quarterback, so they're going to be trying to push and block, is what the word is, the defensive linemen from getting in the backfield. They're doing whatever they can to not let the defenders come into the backfield. Then you get back to linebackers. Linebackers have a specific role of controlling the defense. They're kind of in the middle. So they're in the middle of the field. They're kind of looking out for, oh, what is this receiver doing? What is this tight end doing? What's the running back doing? They're looking at kind of everybody. They're the ones. Linebackers are usually called the quarterback of the defense. They're kind of controlling what happens, where people go. They're looking for all kinds of things. They are there kind of the second line of defense. If running backs get past the defensive line, like you're running this way, running backs or linebackers are there to kind of be the second line of defense. And then you have corners. CB is cornerback. They're the ones that usually guard the receivers, try to not let the receivers catch the ball. They have to be very fast, very skilled. And then safety. You have strong safety, free safety. These guys are kind of the back end of the defense. If a receiver gets past a cornerback, then the safeties will try to help out and not let the receiver catch the ball. Also, there's certain safeties that kind of cover a certain player. A safety can act as a cornerback. So that's basically that. So I think that's going to do it for this video. I don't want to make it super long. But that's the basics of the positions of football, kind of what the field looks like for the end zone, for the first, second, third, fourth down. You have 4 downs, like I was saying in the beginning. Different things like that. So let me know if you have any specific questions, if you want me to do another video explaining more about this. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I will see you on the next Rise Up Reaction.